ready to go green as a pace car is off here from Sonoma, California for road course number 2 on the season. William Byron, Kyle Larson, Hendrick teammates lead the field to the green flag as we are underway for 40 laps here from Sonoma, California. Stage 1 and 2, both 8 laps apiece, and we'll have about 20 laps of racing in that third and final stage as they come up through the S's on this opening lap here. Jay, immediately we see the pole winner, Byron, fall back a little bit. Here goes Kyle Larson up into the front position. Most notably, what's interesting about Kyle Larson, we were just looking before this race started, in the top 12 of points, he's the only one without a stage win, but already looking like he wants to change that here today.
Off to a good start in Sonoma, which is no surprise, I think, to say that about Kyle Larson, especially at a road course, Gary, and already out to the lead by himself. Back here in the background, it is still side by side for multiple rows. Everybody's still trying to get it figured out here in Sonoma. Not many have gotten single file just yet, so everybody going to take it too wide through the S's, which could create a little bit of chaos. It could be a point to watch out for here. Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin, it had a little bit of contact there together entering the S's, and Hamlin had to shove his way back onto the track. So does Bowman, and look at all these guys back here still navigating their way side by side all the way through the S's.
Everyone's scrapping it out there side by side as Kyle Larson's going to lead the way here into this final hairpin in that HendrickCars.com machine. William Byron, Kyle Busch just behind. All three of those drivers with wins on the season. Kevin Harvick there right on the back of Denny Hamlin. A very heavy braking zone it is into that final hairpin where you can see a lot of bump and runs if necessary today. Ryan Blaney, another winner on the season right there, trying to pass Harvick. Nearly some contact right there. And Jay, there we see, right now, Brad Keselowski running 16th place, and this is, unfortunate to say, one of the best starts we've seen out of the 6 machine all year long. I mean, when we look at the standings and we show them at the end of the episode, we have the blue that's locked, the green that's in the playoffs, the yellow that's in the bubble area and can still race their way in, and then we have the ones that are in the red that basically have to win to get in. Keselowski is down in 29th in the standings. It's been a shockingly bad season for this number 6 car with Keselowski switched to this RFK team.
And they snake down through the S's all fine. Nobody getting into each other just yet.
We've watched Chase Briscoe lose about 5 positions on this very lap since we started watching him, and always actually coming into the pit lane, so maybe there's an issue there, which would make sense. We certainly saw a lack of speed, and into the pits goes that number 14 of Briscoe. We talked about bubble drivers last race. Briscoe was in, and coming into this one, he's no longer in the playoffs, and that is certainly not what you need. Jay, I mean, we talked about Tyler Reddick, who had such a good, strong start to the season. Look at him. He is, right now, looks like he's holding up that 17 machine. Yeah, he's definitely lost a point lead recently, and in these last few weeks for Tyler Reddick really hasn't been what we have been used to seeing out of this number 8 team.
It's not just the 17 and the 21 that he's holding up. I mean, look in the background as well. There is a whole line of cars. It starts with the 34 of McDowell, the 23 of Bubba Wallace, and it goes way back to about 10 cars or so. You see even the 66 there of Timmy Hill kind of held up on this line, still being held up by the 8 of Tyler Reddick. You saw the 21 of Harrison Burton get around the 17 of Chris Buescher. Now he's all over the back bumper of Tyler Reddick. Still can't do anything. McDowell's trying to get past the 17 now, so everybody is trying to get it figured out here in stage number 1. And what it has done for this 8 car of Tyler Reddick, Gary, not only does he look terrible holding up this line right now, but he is not running very well at all holding up this line. So even though he's got a bunch of cars that are clearly faster than him behind him, if he loses spots to him, he's almost going to be running virtually last in this race.
Down this little straightaway towards this final hairpin of turn 11, and for the first time this season, it is going to be Kyle Larson who's going to win a stage. So an extra playoff point there to Kyle Larson, and this is the Kyle Larson that we're used to seeing, Jay, running up at the front, and really no competition whatsoever as William Byron's going to cross the line over a second later for second place.
He's got his tires already replaced, and he's going to go way ahead of William Byron. Kyle Busch might even get a jump. He does. Kyle Busch moves up in a second. Byron loses a spot, and I don't think there's much shuffling around going on inside the top 10. I think Allmendinger might have gained a couple spots. Harvick lost some right there.
As Kyle Larson, in a dominating fashion, was able to blow away the competition in stage 1. Can he hold on here as we're going to be back underway from Sonoma for another 8 laps of racing there, and immediately you're seeing Hamlin and Blaney getting the elbows up right there as they're going to try and go side by side here through these first couple of corners. Larson says head in the background. We got a crash though. In the background, the number 20 of Christopher Bell has gone around, and it looks like, I don't know if there's a caution on the track or not. We're going to try and get a look. Yes, the caution is out, so that's going to make it a really short second stage, but obviously, Jay, even with that happening, they still got to race it back here to the pace car at full-blown race speed.
Side through those tight tight and tricky corners. And our first caution of the day, Gary, is going to get, oh, there goes Haley getting punted into the wall. Not sure who he made contact with, but obviously that is a big shunt and a big hit for that 31 car. And you saw the 20 there, Christopher Bell, even though he was the one caused the caution, he's able to keep going. But I was just going to say the first caution of the day, Gary, maybe gives these guys a chance to come back down the pit lane to get it. Oh, there goes the 3 of Austin Dillon as well, getting tagged.
3 wide.
Chaos to start stage 2.
Few cars do decide to come into the pit lane under yellow. Martin Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick, Austin Cindric, Kurt Busch, as well as you see the 14 of Chase Briscoe, who's way off sequence, as well as the 38 and the 20, 77, 7, 31. They're all going to come in as well, but some top 10 runners elect to pit there and get off sequence as we get ready to go green.
Our teammates Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney, they're going to stay side by side heading into the S's. And the restarts here, Gary, are proving to be the point where we're seeing everybody try and make the passes. And getting crazy. Just, in the background, there goes Logano and Blaney, the teammates, go crashing into the wall. And I see some dust getting thrown up in the background as well. But both of these drivers,
they're going to rejoin. Oh, Blaney again. And Logano. Oh, my goodness.
Kurt Busch involved. The 38 of Todd Gilliland, I think that was, hard into the wall. That should be a caution here. Once again,
100%.
Pace car's already on the track.
Kyle Busch going to elect to come into the pit lane here towards the end of stage 2, and Alex Bowman, he's going to bring as well down the pit lane here as Martin Truex Jr. in the background and others in the back of the field as well head into the pit lane. Some loss of positions here, Jay. A lot of big team cars here in the back, and Logano and Blaney still continuing as well on this track. But we have a caution. We actually have a caution. The caution's out already here in Sonoma. I'm going to assume maybe for that number 45 of Kurt Busch. It's hard to tell right now. Here's a look right at the back of the pack, 3 wide into the left-hander, and look at this. Oh my goodness, a 38 with a huge hit right there, gets stuck in the wall. The 31, the 45, and the 7 who've already been involved in multiple accidents, again involved as a caution flies. Through the final little sweeping left bend, Kyle Larson and many as well decide to remain on the track, and this is going to end stage 2 under caution. Kyle Larson sweeps the first 2 stages. He's led every lap. Can he lead the rest of this third and final stage? As you see the rest of the top 10 on the leaderboard on your top left of your screen, Trackhouse, both cars get inside the top 10, ready to go green for the start of the third and final stage. Jay, stage 2 was full-blown chaos. You think we can expect to see the same thing right here in stage 3?
I certainly do think we'll see that same thing. And one thing we got to look at is all these cars in the background that are going to be stuck with the damaged cars that just pitted. So that's going to be Bubba Wallace, McDowell. Potentially, yep, there they go. Barriers. Hard hit for the 34. Bubba Wallace kind of bounces off and might just keep going, but that is going to bring out a caution. Surprisingly, here in Sonoma, that was a caution, Gary.
That was not what you expect to see a caution there, as they would continue on. McDowell was actually already out, but Bubba Wallace, not what he's looking for, and that's going to be, another caution here, and limiting the green flag laps that we are going to have. Look at the damage on the front end of that 24 of William Byron, and Jay, after all this, I mean, we're talking about Chase Elliott having a bit of a rough day. He's found himself in 3rd place here.
After restart.
It's been very NASCAR road coursey, to say the least, and Cody Ware turned off the front bumper of the number 8 of Tyler Reddick. Oh my goodness, and around he goes. Kyle Larson stays out on the track, but William Byron and many others except Brad Keselowski are going to come into the pits, and same for Greg Biffle. Jay, this is a bit of a twist, to say the least, and I don't know if this is going to work for Kyle Larson, because we know he for sure cannot make it to the end, while these guys might have a chance to make it to the end of this race.
What we've done as well is we've made it at least half a lap so far under green. We haven't seen that happen in a while either, but right now this is the problem point. You see Stenhouse get off the track when he makes it, and everybody else has got to make it as well. Still a lot of side-by-side happening, and I mean, you see some sliding through the corner, but luckily they all make it that time, Gary. I was surprised to see that. I thought we would certainly see a caution once again, but we didn't, and we might make it a whole green flag lap this time.
He's hanging with Kyle Larson pretty well, and Briscoe is a pretty competitive road course racer. We've noticed, of course, in real life, he's been strong at Indianapolis road course. He was strong at COTA earlier in the year, and now here he is having a strong run, and this is exactly what you need if you're Chase Briscoe here, Jay. I mean, with that bubble situation right now.
One to watch out for, I think, and there's the 8 car right here as well, a guy that we highlighted earlier in the race in stage 1, had 0 speed, looked like he could have been running last in this race if it wasn't for it just being hard to pass, but now he's got that car fixed, it seems like, and he's running pretty decently right now for Chastain.
Oh, not anymore!
Not anymore.
My
I
goodness!
completely jinxed him. That was Reddick getting dumped by the 21 of Harrison Burton. I haven't fully jinxed someone like that before. Gary has. Now he can add me to the list. Tyler Reddick just got screwed and is out of the race.
That is day over, and a caution, I'm sure, is out on that one. Yes, it is. That was a massive impact. What a crazy race this has turned into, and we are back underway, and they are already scrapping it out. They're going to be 3 wide. That might not work. No, it's not going to work. Oh, my goodness. Kyle Busch is turned around head-on in front of Alex Bowman, the 2 of Cindric as well. Bubba Wallace, and we already know what that means. A caution is going to fly. And Jay, I mean, what has gotten into these drivers? It was such a clean stage 1 where literally nothing happened, and suddenly stage 2 and then some, they just haven't been able to keep it clean.
That incident, Bubba Wallace also involved into 2. Another guy we can... Oh, and it's going to get worse, even worse for Corey LaJoie, Christopher Bell. Both of these guys have had terrible days.
Kyle Larson into the pit lane. This is the curveball that we could have been waiting on. We knew he was off cycle, and you see Briscoe's going to stay out. Byron's in, but look at this. Larson's bringing virtually nobody with him. This is the curveball that we had been waiting on that could have been happening because Larson was off sequence. Chase Briscoe leads the way back to the green flag. Well, they crash again. I would not be surprised here because there you see it happening already as they head down into the corner. Kevin Harvick has caused a pileup, and oh my goodness, Jay, these guys, I believe it's turned into a full-blown NASCAR road course here. They have lost all care in the world. They are not taking any prisoners right now, and everyone's just putting it all on the line. Go pretty far. As you see, Byron, though, is, oh, well, the William Byron is going to make Christopher Bell's day go from bad to worse. He turns him around and they wreck each other, and oh my goodness, Kyle Larson, though, he's still keeping the car clean on his end here as he heads down into this final hairpin. Now, got to pay attention to that number 5 HendrickCars.com Chevrolet, but it is going to be Briscoe leading the way at the time of the caution here from Sonoma. Briscoe and Elliott this time elect to come into the pit lane. Chastain on back. All elect to stay out with less than 10 laps to go. Ross Chastain now takes the lead here in Sonoma. Ross Chastain now leads the field to the green. Will we finish this race under greens? Really, the next question here is we're going to watch those closing rate speeds, and oh, this is not going to end well.
There they go.
Oh, hold on. They somehow make it so far. Oh, it's not going to last long. That's going to be a big hit. Oh, my goodness. The 31 is into the... Oh, my goodness. There's tow trucks there. They're ready to carry them to the infield. The caution's going to be out again. Jay, I have no words at this point.
Pure chaos has broken out. Now Justin Haley has gone up to join with the TV crew trucks. So Justin Haley is pretty much going to be guaranteed out of this race at this point. Same thing for Christopher Bell, but we still got to race it all the way back around to the caution flag this time around to grab the pace car. So everybody's got a chance to once again make some more chaos happen, because what we've seen pretty much every single time is as they go side by side through these S's, when they're trying to get back around to the caution flag, one person at least winds up getting wrecked. And I'm trying to make some positive, negative jinx kind of happen here.
No, Elliott
it almost still happened.
saves it.
Elliott. Yeah, he made the great save right there, and somehow, I mean, we almost saw the wreck happen.
Keselowski, Larson.
A couple other cars, Larson as well. Something's gone wrong for Larson, and they all make it, though, somehow. Larson lost a good bit of spots out of that, I believe.
And damage, and there's certainly damage on the right side of that number 5. That's not what you like to see for Kyle Larson, and my goodness, Chastain leads at the time of the caution. Chastain leading to what could be the final restart. If we have a caution on this first lap, we might get a 1-lap dash at best to end this race here. Jay, you see Suarez getting aggressive right off the bat, but it looks like for the first time they might make it here through these first couple of corners, and that's, oh, I say that, and Larson is all over the back of Blaney, and well, look at that, Kyle Larson out here just being a clown there, thinking he runs the place at this point there, turns them around. You already know that's a caution, and it's not a caution. We continue on, and Ross Chastain leads the way, and Jay, of all the things that have brought out cautions, that's surprisingly not one.
I was just about to say, all those cars did was spin. I think they might have been okay, but we still got a bunch of cars side by side heading down into the chute and potentially into the S's as well, which is another point of chaos to look for in this race. But Daniel Suarez trying to make some things happen up here towards the front, get past Austin Dillon, and maybe try and go run down potentially the 41 and try and
I don't
make
like the
some
looks
kind
of
of moves
this.
happen for, yeah, they are close to being side by side, but they make it through. Austin Dillon with a little bit of contact with Daniel Suarez, but that'll allow the 7 back here of Corey LaJoie to get dumped and turned, and now the caution might be out. We'll have to go look and see, and the caution is indeed out this time, so we're going to have, at best, a 1-lap shootout to end this race.
And if not, this would be the end of the race right here, and that would put Ross Chastain in victory lane, potentially. We'll have to wait and see. Kyle Larson over the back of the 78. Everybody, of course. The 14 saves it. Briscoe makes a save. They tried to turn him around. Wasn't quite enough. What a race it has been. Chastain, Almirola stale, but we do have some takers here that are confident maybe they can't make it to the end, and it's Stenhouse, Custer, and Suarez. Very unfortunate if you're Daniel Suarez right now. NASCAR has determined to not restart this race, and therefore it will end under caution. Ross Chastain, as you can see, is electing to remain on the racetrack, is going to pick up the victory here in Sonoma Raceway. Jay, can you even call this a legitimate victory at this point? There, it was more or less just avoid the crashing every single lap, and it's going to be Ross Chastain here with the win today and locking himself into the playoffs.
Well, you get lots of Mickey Mouse wins on NASCAR Heat 5, so you would be the one to be able to declare whether this was indeed a Mickey Mouse win or not.
Massive
for
Mickey
Ross
Mouse.
Chastain. Well, there you go. There you have it. Who locks himself into the playoffs, secures locks up another spot that is now held by a winner. And